experiences. Join Zaynab Fridays 12:15 p.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Maternity Line Show, an all-encompassing medium for every woman, mothers and intending mothers.
Ramadan Kareem to all Muslim faithfuls listening to me right now, and happy new month to Lagos. Also happy International Women's Day, Nigeria. From today, even though International Women's Day is tomorrow, but I must say from today we celebrate the strength, resilience and achievements of women worldwide. If you are just joining in, this is 99.3 Nigeria Info. I am Zaynab Yekken, all right? And of course, beyond celebration, beyond celebrating International Women's Day, we have a very important discussion to have today. It's not new. Anyway, we've had the discussion about 3 times last year. If you've been following the show since August, July, August, September last year. And guess what? That discussion is on family planning, and I will tell you why it is important to have this discussion on a special day like this. Tomorrow is International Women's Day, by the way, March 8th. Before I go fully into all of that, I'd love to introduce my guest, and after introducing my guest, I'll play a special report on International Women's Day put together by our newsroom, 99.3 Nigeria Info. I do have Mr. Badejo, Mr. Olusegun Isaiah Badejo, State Health Educator, Lagos State, and the Director Health Promotion, Lagos State Ministry of Health. Mr. Badejo, great to have you live with me in the studio today.
Thank you very much, the presenter. Lagosian, good afternoon. And to our women fold, I say good afternoon. Happy Women's Day celebration.
Thank you, Mr. Badejo. First of all, you did something very impressive. You were here quite early, all the way from Ikorodu, and for me, that's a big deal. May God honor you. Big shout out to you. You made it in very early. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, as I said, Mr. Badejo doubles as the Director, Health Promotion for Lagos State Ministry of Health. And he's also the Coordinator, Social and Behavior Change Communication Committee, Chairman, Advocacy, Communication, Social Mobilization Core Group for Malaria in Lagos State. He's a member, Technical Working Group for Family Planning in Lagos State. So, before we delve into into that conversation, Lagos, do listen to this special report by our newsroom. Stay here.
I deserve equal rights and opportunity as a Nigerian woman.
Now we be the backbone of the country.
I'm a woman. I'm not a liability.
As a widow, I dey try to support my children.
Women are ruling. Women are even taking over.
If you help a woman, you help the nation.
There you have it, the voices of women in Lagos, affirming their strength, rights, and the urgent need for gender empowerment. It is International Women's Day. This day, March 8th, seeks a feminist world where women lead, innovate, and thrive without limits. This year's theme echoes that dream. The UN calls for rights, equality, empowerment, while the International Women's Day platform urges accelerate action. Women, alongside the men who champion their cause, have continued to fight for leadership, equality, and opportunities they rightfully deserve. But how much has changed in Nigeria and in Africa? Well, the numbers tell the story. In 2024, just 3.9% of Nigerian lawmakers were women, compared to Africa's 24% average. A year before, 52.2% of Nigerian women were working, trailing behind men at 65.9%. Then came 2025, with femicide cases surging by 240%. Oh, education gave the much needed breather. By 2024, gender equality in learning and healthcare reached 98.3%. A recent proof is the 18 all-female first-class graduates from a single department at the University of Lagos. To them, education, self-expression, and strong communities are the true game changers.
One of the things that we can do for a future where women can thrive equally in terms of opportunities is knowledge. I think that knowledge is power.
Do your best. Show me, show how.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Hi, e tasty, creamy and nourishing. E get vitamins A, D, E, B1, B9, B12 and zinc. Now original Niger yogurt. I beg you, make una throw away salute for fine yogurt. Beg you, go Jolly Mento with the new fine yogurt drinking yogurt.
Fine yogurt, original Niger yogurt.
For 3 great seasons, the fans have fought with passion and fire. Their best they brought. The banter was bold, the debates were tight. Each word a weapon, each match a fight. But now it's bigger, the stakes much higher. The battle returns, and it's full of fire. Fan Battle 4 with Femi and the gang on 99.3 Nigeria Info. The stage is bang. In partnership with Sports Salon, we raise the game with glory, honor, and a shot at fame. Think you've got what it takes to score? And step right up. It's time for more. Register now and take your stand. Your time to shine is now at hand.
Registration is ongoing on www.nigeriainfo.fm.
And Battle 4. Let the battle begin.
99.3 Nigeria Info, your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
But Williams Jordan doesn't believe that. She revisits a report on how women are labeled when they are out in political races.
2019 election. It was a headline that said, "Mother of 5 runs for president." I have never seen husband of 4 wives and 27 children runs for House of Representatives. So what is that thing that makes us feel when a woman comes forward that she wants to serve, she's automatically labeled?
To that effect, politician Taylor reels out advice to women who've got families and are still pursuing political careers.
You will meet all kinds of people who are very narrow-minded, who will say, you know, go day house. Or likewise, there will be some people who will commend you for it, but it's up to you. You have to have that conviction of what you are doing, and you have to be responsible. Balance is the key word.
Step into the ever-evolving world of tech, where equality appears within reach. But when women rise to lead, do the tides shift or resist? Startup operator and creative entrepreneur Yvonne Ogulu pulls back the curtain on a silent storm.
Some men, I'm not saying all men, people who are not used to women who speak up, they're taken aback. They put you in a position of decision making, but they don't let you make the decision. They challenge it, play of power, like I should be the one in charge. And that challenge I've experienced is underpricing.
No matter the obstacle, one woman carved her own path. Meet Yetunde Amuson, a young entrepreneur who built a thriving store in Surulere, Lagos. Her journey is a testament to how women can rise through self-empowerment.
I used to work as a sales representative at a mobile phone store until I made the decision to leave. So that was how I went to Eco Market to buy nice and affordable sneakers, and I started posting them on like 3 platforms, and I was getting requests. I was storing the items in my one-room apartment. Then there were a lot of returns, damages from customers that they will return to you, and you have no choice than to take them back.
Speaking of self-empowerment, a mental health campaigner, Obi Nadi, believes it begins when a woman defines herself beyond her relationship with a man.
Know who you are. What is your identity? What is your personality? Things you love to do outside of your involvement romantically with a man. Self-care, financial, emotional, spiritual self-care. Society has provided all the tools that you need to succeed. It is now up to you to toll that path of success.
With all you have heard, it is obvious that the road to equality stretches on, and there is no hitting the brakes now, because women are not just asking for a seat at the table, they seem to be building their own. So, cheers to the women who lead, innovate, and inspire. The world is taking notes. Happy International Women's Day. This report was written and packaged by Uche Wanyocha and Mercy Edewede for the newsroom.
All right, Lagos, you're caught up with Nigeria Info 99.3. If you're just joining the show, I am Zaynab Yekken, and big shout out to Yvonne Haifo, Uche Wanyocha, and my other colleagues on that report. All right. Yes, I mean, what is International Women's Day without playing this very special report on a show like this Maternity Line show? Right before the break, I did state that we are discussing family planning on the show today, and I do have Mr. Badejo. He is Mr. Olusegun Isaiah Badejo, State Health Educator for Lagos State and Director, Health Promotion, Lagos State Ministry of Health. So, Mr. Badejo, because of time and because of the special reports that we played that's already eating part of our time, I'd love for us to go straight into our focus for the day. Now, Mr. Badejo, you have been an educator on family planning for years now, from what I gathered. Now, accelerating family planning access for women. I know Lagos State is top notch when it comes to family planning and general maternal child health in general. But how would you, as an educator, how would you access responses by women in adopting family planning methods so far?
Thank you very much, the presenter. We've been through family planning care services for over the years in the state. And I want to tell you here that women in Lagos has been responding.
Right.
Yes, they have been responding in taking family planning care services across the state. And these services are available at the primary care centers, which are very closer to them. It's also available at the secondary care level, that is general hospitals across the state. Even when you get to the reproductive health departments of tertiary institutions like LASUT in Lagos, we have this facility there. Not only limited to that, the private health facilities in Lagos too.
Private. So.
Yes, they too render family planning care services. And data have shown that women have been patronizing from time to time. So they have massively.
Oh.
Massively.
That's impressive.
Better than what we had in the fall. But thanks to advocacy and demand generation that we do create from time to time.
Thankfully. Now, here is the thing. Because of the conversation we're having today, which is accelerate family planning access for women, for women only. Yes, so, because of that conversation, I would love for you to talk to us about how important is family planning to the well-being of women.
Okay, thank you very much, presenter. First and foremost, I thank you for that question. But I would like us to understand what family planning care service actually mean.
Talk to us.
So, family planning simply means the desire of a couple to make a decision about the number of children that they want to have, then how to space the children and the timing to have those children. So it gives them the opportunity to sit down, Jojo, and say, okay, fine, as couple, we are married, and of course we want to have children. So how do we plan our children? How do we space them? So how do we space them? So all these things are what inform what we call family planning. So, and it's very, very important that they make that choice from time to time, because if they don't do that, then we're going to have a lot of issues concerning that. So your next question.
Okay, so you said from time to time,
Yes.
and here I am trying to understand from time to time.
Yes.
Is there any specific at particular stage of childbearing that family planning is mostly needed?
Well, for childbearing age, like the childbearing age is between 15 to 49 years, and because of that, every woman that falls within that, yes, has to make an option about what kind of children and the number of children they want to have. That is one aspect of that. Then again, nowadays now we have the adolescent,
right?
We have the young mom.
Yeah.
So they too, now they get pregnant, and of course it's the responsibility of us as government to ensure that we educate them on how to go about it. One, okay, you are pregnant, you need to go for antenatal care and services during your course of pregnancy. Before your pregnancy is at 42 weeks of gestation, which is said to be a term. So all this training we have to give them is very, very important. So the women of childbearing age that falls to that, and of course the adolescent, the young moms, also need to be talked to. So we need to educate them on the kind of family planning care services that are available, and of course where can they get it, and how can they get it. So that's about that. Then I think we need to talk about the available family planning.
I was going to say the family planning methods available.
Okay, maybe.
No,
I'm
go
too
ahead.
fast.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
So we've been creating a lot of demand generation and awareness on this, because a woman that is just married knows they want to have children, but then they want to decide when to the space at which they have it. Some may say, okay, fine, I want to let my child be 2 or 3 years older. Let's say the first child is 2. I say, okay,
2.
before we have another one, let's leave a space of 3 years. Then we can have another one. So if you look at between 2 and 3, that the next one will be 5 automatically. So the difference between it will be 3 years. So family planning enable them to make that choice. So now we have many family planning methods,
right,
ranging from the traditional method, and the traditional method involves the following. One, want to look at, there's what to call a calendar method. Calendar method is meant for women who can say, okay, fine, when does my menstruation start? When does it land? So if it lasts, then we look at the ovulation period. We usually fall within the middle of the circle of a woman. Like, for example, a woman that is 28-day menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
So at 14 day is expected to release egg, which will be waiting for sperm to actually for fertilization to take place at the fallopian tube. So where there is failure, then that person has missed pregnancy as at that particular for that particular month. So it's the calculation. Okay, how do I use family planning method? Okay, I don't want to use drug, I don't want to use this. What you need to do by calculation is that, okay, fine, when you get to the 10th day of your first menstrual period, first menstrual cycle rather. So the first day, then you now look at the first day 1, 2, 3, 4. So by 4, which is supposed to be 14, so the woman can have sex between the 1, 2, 3, you understand, and leave 4, or to be safe, 1 to 2 days before the 13th and 14th day. Are you getting it? So that 2 days space, there will be no release of ovum, that's egg. So then after, because egg is supposed to stay between 24 to 48 hours within the woman after the egg is released. So automatically another 2 days after that 14, from then upward, then make the woman safe. So you calculate that 4 days between the day that she is expected to have, the middle of the day is supposed to have that release of egg. Are you getting it clear? And 2 days after. So that 4 days you leave it. So after then
your mouth.
Exactly. So after then you see that the woman will be free because there is no egg that will be released at that particular period.
So this one that you've been explaining is the traditional.
It's part of the natural. Where it's like traditional. So the other form of traditional, some women use ring. They use ring. They use beads. They use waistband.
These are traditional methods.
They are traditional methods, and they are quite cheap. They are quite very, very cheap. But you know what now? You see, the research just show, our data just show that even women are gradually diverting from the orthodox type even to the traditional. Are you getting it clear? So which is of course is normal because of the current economic situation. So it is normal, and everybody has the right to make choice best suitable for him or for her. So that's about that for traditional methods. So that is for women. So then for men too, because men too also should have their own. But let me just take care of the women first. Then I'll come back to that of men. So that's one. Another one is the use of condom.
Right.
Male use condom, and of course female also has condom. We call it vaginal foam.
Vaginal foam.
Are you getting it clear? So they place it at the level of the vaginal orifice, and of course that strap every sperm coming in during sex, and of course fertilization is prevented. Are you getting it clear? So that is that. Then we also have the oral pill method for women. So that one is a 30-day tablet. So you take it day 1, 2, 3, 4 till you reach 30. If it is 30 days in the month or 31, so.
But this has to be administered
on daily basis. On daily, so if the pill is in a sachet, you just take in a day. This morning, take one. Day 2, take one. And it continues like that.
So essentially, I would rather say it's important for every woman to know the right method.
Exactly.
Visiting the
So no, I'm still coming there because at the PACs we have the family planning care providers there.
I know.
Who are going to teach them. They are going to teach them, make them available. The various methods that are available. We make them to know it, so they will now look at it and make their own choice as the one they prefer. Are you getting it clear? So after they make the one they prefer, then they will continue with it. There is even something we call self-care, that even you can decide to be injecting yourself the drugs at home.
That I would not support that without the guide of the doctor.
No, you'll be guided. You'll be taught on how to go about it first.
But is that ideal?
Yes, it is ideal. We have policies that support that because of the jackpot syndrome and a lot of other challenges at the healthcare facility. So we have that. So, but the woman will need to be trained.
Please, your mouth to the microphone.
To be trained as to go about that. So then. There is another method which is injections. We have the injectables. Yes, we have the injectables, and we have so many of them. I won't be rolling down their names here. Are you getting it? So, but them they are 3 months. So you can decide to say, okay, fine. I want the jet to be taking 3 months injections, and of course they will tell you when to come. But usually, if you are going, you have to go after your menses, and before another one begins. Then you have your injection. There are 3 months. So at the end of 3 months, you come back and renew it. And that continues for over time. Then there's another one that we call implants. So for implants, we had that ranges from 5 years to 10 years and thereabout. And with this one, what do they do? The woman comes to the facility. It tells the provider, okay, this is exactly what I want. And what they just do is just a little incision here.
Yes.
They make an incision and of course bury that exactly tube-like drug inside. So what happened is that they did now close it back subcutaneously. So when they close it back, what happened is that over that year, the injection, the drug inside that little tube will be absorbed gradually by the body,
right,
into the system. So, and that will now is an hormonal. The injectables and of course the implants, they are all hormonal made drugs, and of course they are very effective. So apart from the fact it reduces the monotony of going to the hospital from time to time, at least you know once in a year, every 5 years, then you go and renew it, and it is perfect.
So thank you so much for all that have been said so far. I would love to put this to you, that women sometimes, from what I gathered, tend to be reluctant to use family planning, particularly if they believe it will upset their partner, their husband, including the concern that the partner may even take another wife. So have you encountered such complaints, challenge, or concern before during the course of your perhaps interaction educating women on family planning?
Yes, we have had so many of that, and that is the main reason why we have always been advocating that men should support them.
Very important.
Are you getting it, class? That men should support them. We know women sometimes have challenges of even making a decision of what exactly to take. Are you getting it clear?
And which is why they need to see
exactly and that
planning.
That is why they need to see the family planner, and also they will, in support with the husband, achieve that, because the husband must actually support them, but they must first sit down and agree.
Right.
Okay.
Core.
Yes, this is exactly the one. I've been to the hospital, they have taught me, they have given me various methods. There may be a feedback when she gets so call the husband and say, okay, my husband, this is exactly what they told me. By what I see, I see things this one is better. So they too will discuss it, will agree on it, and of course thank God that the family planning products are available at very cheap at PACs. You don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay a dime.
I'm even aware the Lagos State government just received some commodities.
Exactly. So they just released some commodities from UNFPA of recent, and of course that's really, and of course from Melinda Gates. I think they are now Gates Foundation.
Right.
They have separated it from Belinda. So it's now Gates Foundation. They received some commodities too, which are already been distributed at all the primary care centers now. So what we are saying is that, but they still have to discuss with their husband.
Very important.
On how to go about it. So sometimes some women have challenges in even making a choice.
Of course, we are coming to challenges.
So they have challenges of making a choice. But what the planner will do is they will sit you down and tell you, roll out the various methods and tell you advantages and disadvantages. Because some of these methods we have mentioned have advantages, they also have disadvantages. So, and family planning care services, or whichever we are taking, is of benefit. Benefit to women, and also to men.
To men, even to children as
and
well.
To
because
children too. So,
because
for women, for all pregnancy related cases or diseases are reduced.
Right.
Are you getting it clear? Because you have a time, you have planned how to have your pregnancy. So, and also reduces the chances of maternal mortality rate in the country, or mobility rate in the country. So it also enables the family to plan very well using the little economic resources they have, of course, for the number of children that they have. Some people, based on their pocket, have decided to say, okay, fine, we have decided to have two, but because we feel we are buoyant financially now, so we want to add more, or we want to do this one, and so on. So all these things are what are available. So there are so many other challenges that the women also
Yes,
face?
before we come to challenges, it's important to get feedback from our listeners as well. I mean, these are people we are broadcasting to,
Yes.
and deliberately I needed to leave you to educate us, being your role, you know.
Yes.
So Lagos, this is an avenue for you to jump on this. If you have any question at all, you would love to ask Mr. Badejo, State Health Educator. All right. The numbers to call are where are my telephone numbers? Where have they all gone to? Okay, I'll get them. But you can as well drop your your messages on WhatsApp. Let me see if I have messages on WhatsApp already. Okay, I have this one. Good afternoon. I have a question, please. I did 3 months depot. What? I'm trying to understand this. What is depot? Anyway, I did 3 months.
I'll tell you.
I did 3 months depot and stopped last year, June. Since then, my period has not remained the same. The period comes in particles. How do I cleanse myself, please? No name, please. When you message, do include your name. It's very essential to know who you are. So, do you understand depot?
Yes, I do. Depot Provera.
Okay, tell us.
Is one of the injectables that we have mentioned that, and I told that all the injections are made up of hormonal preparation. Are you getting it clear? So hormonal preparation, and sometimes they interact with the hormonal system of the woman. Are you getting it clear? So it interacts with it, but the woman should not be afraid, because definitely the menses will return. Normally,
but isn't this
once the effect of that depot reduces, are you getting it clear? Then the normal the menstrual flow or the normal cycle will resume.
So does it have specific time duration for it to reduce?
Usually it doesn't take like maybe for some months, 2 or 3, but it will surely restore.
All right, let's take this one. I have more. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Zaynab, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Please, what's your name?
Please, I want to ask doctor a question.
He's not a doctor. He's a family planning educator. Okay.
Okay, family planning. Okay, no wahala. You see, I want to ask is this. Personally, I did inserting method of family planning. But my sister did the injection one. And since then, she has not conceived. And she's eager to conceive. Do you understand me, ma?
Yes, I'm following.
So each time she comes, she'll be crying and all that he did the injection one. And it's not...
Both of you are on different methods.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. But the other inserting one was that it was making me fat and bleed and bleed. I have to go and remove it and start natural. So I want to know why her own ceased and she cannot conceive.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling in.
Can I?
Yes, please.
Okay. Usually, like I said initially, I believe that the woman took the injectables because she didn't tell us.
She didn't. She said they're on different. No, she did mention the injectable.
Her own.
But she didn't mention her own. Her own, but she mentioned the sisters.
That it was injectable.
Right.
Fine. Like I've mentioned that the injections are made up of hormonal preparations. Don't forget that the body also has their own hormones. Are you getting it clear? There's what to call luteinizing hormone for women. Are you getting it clear? Which enable them to get pregnant. There's also progesterone. Are you getting it clear? Which keeps the baby when they are pregnant. So usually when you take it, the action of this injection that you take, are you getting it clear?
Right.
Is to inhibit the production of those natural pregnancy related hormones. You understand? So it's to inhibit the production so that the woman will not get pregnant. Are you getting it clear? So, but if normally it will return if she stop taking the injection, because what we have always been telling them is that when immediately you are ready to get pregnant,
we are going to go on break in 1 minute.
Okay, just stop taking the injections. Are you getting it clear? Then naturally, it will restore back once the effect of the hormone you are using, the family planning injection that you are using, subside.
Okay.
So the natural hormone will take its course and the person will be pregnant again. It's just a little while.
So do they have to wait a certain duration to take its course?
They don't have to wait. You see, they are looking for something.
The hospital?
Yes, so what in the news that they don't even need to go to the hospital. But if it's getting much delay, then you can go and see your gynecologist and of course your obstetrician in the hospital.
Okay, because that was me wondering, okay, so when you have to wait for the cause to correct itself, to come back naturally, does it mean that you have to wait a month, do you have to wait 2 months, or do you have to wait 3 months?
No, it also depends on individual responses, individual body responding to those injections. Like you see that the other sister.
Yes, we are going on break in a moment.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
It's tasty, creamy, and nourishing. It's original Niger yogurt. It's Fan Yogo. Go for the new Fan Yogo drinking yogurt. Fan Yogo, original Niger yogurt.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
All right, Lagos, we are back. It's Maternity Line Show, and Mr. Badejo, Lagos State Health Educator. That's Lagos State Health Educator on family planning, is live here with us in the studio, and he's been telling us all the methods available. He was explaining to us based on the question the last caller asked. So, Mr. Badejo, you were going to land on your point before that short break. Please continue, then we come back.
Okay, I said for the other woman,
sister, yes,
for the sister. What actually happened, like I said, that the individual responses of body system to drug, like that is the way her home body responses. Are you getting it clear? And of course, with time, things will still get back to normal. So for her, stopping is not the best. What she needs to do is to go to the hospital. She could pick other forms of family planning methods. If the one she has taken, she felt that the side effect, she doesn't like it.
All right. Because of time, Lagos, if you still have more questions, concerns, or myth you would love Mr. Badejo to address, please call in. Do not forget to call in, because family planning is an important issue, is a public health issue. It is also a right of women. Okay, family planning is a right, it is not a privilege. And because it's International Women's Day, this is something that affects you directly. Women, please call into the show and ask your question. We have this caller. Good afternoon, Nigeria Info.
Hello, Lady Zaynab.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Oboli. Please go ahead. Go ahead, Mrs. Oboli, because of time. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I don't know if this is an erroneous notion, but I just want him to shed light on it.
All right.
In my own opinion, all other family planning methods have their inadequacies, disadvantages now. I did tuber ligation, and I have not, this is almost 7 years now, I've not seen any sort of mishap. Okay, to the best of my knowledge. Somebody did it. The person's own is about 10 years plus. So that was why I followed suit. But other people around me that did either the depot method, the coil method, they are having one complaint or the other. Is it that it's only the tuber ligation method that is the safest one that has no mishap? Because they will always tell you.
All right, Mrs. Oboli, let's allow Mr. Badejo to address that. Thank you so much. One more time before Mr. Badejo addresses the numbers to call, please. Lagos 0201-277-0993, 0201-465-7190. Please call in. Mr. Badejo, go ahead.
Thank you very much for your concerns. It's not that tuber ligation is a permanent form of method.
Okay, please go ahead.
It's a form of method, and it's only meant for those who feel for life they don't need any child. They have had
again.
You have had, yes, they have had enough. Their number of children they so decided, so they have had it. So and it is not. It's only for those who do not intend to have a child again in the lifetime that goes for that.
All right.
So, but for the young one that are just coming on, young couples, they need to take other forms of the family planning method.
All right. I'm afraid we may not be able to take more calls. I see you calling in. Someone just sent me a message. Good day. I'm Chidima. Chidima says, I did 3-month injection, but I want to change to insert method. Then a friend told me I have to wait for 6 months before I can change to insert method. Is this true, please?
Well, that is not correct.
Okay.
Because immediately you stop taking injections, then automatically the effect of the ones you have taken will go off your system.
Okay, last question before we go. Please, would you advise that a man will vasectomy, and what could be the consequences since it is not reversible?
Fine. Well, vasectomy is good for men who have had enough who have had enough number of children.
All right.
It's good for them. But for those that still want to have children, it's not, because it's a permanent method.
All right, Lagos, I'm sorry, we have to go. We have to do this again, and it's going to happen. Keep all your questions. It's 1 o'clock already, and Yvonne Haifo is live in the studio. Mr. Badejo, thank you so much for coming through. Women, big shout out to you. Happy International Women's Day. We do family planning again on Maternity Line Show. Please look forward to it. Bye-bye, Lagos.
This is
Maternity 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's